Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime. Well, it's breaking news. There's a lot happening in the Barry Morphew case besides hiring leading Colorado lawyers practicing high-profile criminal defense litigation. These are private lawyers, two of them. There are also additional charges that have been brought against Barry. And a lot of this comes via a complaint that has been posted on the Colorado Judicial Branch website. I'll put a link to that in the description, along with a link to the attorney firm. I think it's Ayton Nielsen, trial lawyers. I'll put a link to their website where you can kind of just get a sense of who they are. Both of them are women, which is quite interesting. Women defending someone accused of possibly killing his wife, right? And this was posted a few moments ago. So included in the charges now are one, tampering with a corpse, basically interfering with a deceased human body, and two, possession of a dangerous weapon, specifically a short rifle. I've got a couple of questions about that. Is this the murder weapon? Is this an imputed murder weapon? Is this a short of shotgun? What exactly is it, and why is it pertinent, or is it not? Is it not relevant? I've heard sort of conflicting reports that he's hired 3 private attorneys, but as far as I know, it's Drew Nielsen and Iris Ayton, and you can sort of find out a little bit more about them. They do seem to be kind of at the top of their game. They've won numerous awards. Barrister's Best Criminal Defense Lawyer, that's for Iris Ayton. Team of the Year, Best Lawyers in America Criminal Defense, that was in 2011. Top 100 Lawyers in Colorado, Top 50 Women Lawyers in Colorado, rated 10 out of 10 according to one particular foundation, I guess, and then all sorts of other professional affiliations. You can check that out on their website, Ayton Nielsen. In terms of Drew Nielsen, she also seems to be an award-winning lawyer, lots of accolades there. She's got 25 years of experience, has aggressively defended individuals accused of a vast range of charges, including murder, sexual assault, and so on. Her CV lists quite a few high-profile cases where they got not guilty verdicts. I'm not sure whether you would say not guilty or an acquittal. But I certainly think it's interesting that Barry has gone from the humble public defender to not just one private attorney, but 2, and probably pretty expensive ones at that. The other thing that's certainly quite interesting in the information that's coming out, according to the Denver Channel, I'll put a link to that in the description as well, the latest filing includes 8 public servants that Barry is accused of trying to influence. 8. And they include 3 agents with the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, an ex-FBI agent, a Chaffee County Sheriff's deputy, and a chief investigator with the 11th Judicial District Attorney's Office. And then apparently 2 individuals' positions are not known. You can check out who these individuals are, but I mean, what I'd really like to know is what exactly was that kind of influence? What was he trying to do? What is the nature of that influence? Was it, I can't think that it's simply saying something that's not true. But one wonders, what is the nature of it? Did it have something to do with his work? Was he offering something? Was he, how was he trying to influence these people? I think we're all curious to know that. But at this point, what is clear is that Barry intends to mount a vigorous defense, an aggressive defense. And so that's going to be very interesting. You know, this is a case of no body, no crime, question mark. And we know that that didn't work in the Patrick Frazee case. And so we'll see whether something else happens in this case. I'm certainly curious to know whether Barry will testify. I kind of get the sense that that because he's quite an intense fellow, that he would want to, that he's got a story to tell. I don't know whether his expert legal counsel would advise that. It would be interesting to know what they're going to do. I'm not really surprised with the charge of tampering with a deceased human body. In fact, earlier today I was just listening to him in a clip talking about the whole work thing that was going on in, I think, Broomfield, and he said this.
That has nothing to do with Suzanne Missy.
Now, you might think that that is quoted out of context, but it was basically to do with the whole trip to that work site in Broomfield. And Barry was asked to respond to that, and he was saying that has got nothing to do with Suzanne's disappearance. I wonder whether that's the case. The other thing that was quite interesting with that was him going there to do a particular job and then apparently didn't take his tools with. And so if he didn't take his tools with, what did he take? Bear in mind, tools would have taken up space. So was there something else that he took? What do you guys think? We've spoken a couple of times about Barry's intensity, and I think we're going to see some of that in his legal defense. I think we're starting to see some of that as well. But you get a sense of it in his own words, in his own voice from this clip, and it's dated September 3rd, 2020, where Barry was actually asked by Lauren Schaaf, what does he make of the accusations against him? Just listen to the inflection in his voice and also compare what he's saying to things others have said, such as in the same circumstances, such as Chris Watts, what he said about his family. Listen to this.
Absolutely not. I love my wife. I would never hurt my wife. She is the light of my and my daughter's lives.
If you go to count 2, tampering with a deceased human body, and that says between and including May 9th and May 10th. So it's quite similar wording to the Chris Watts affidavit. There's some uncertainty in terms of the timeline. Bear in mind, May 10th was Mother's Day. Barry Morphew believing that an official proceeding was pending in progress or about to be instituted, and then it talks about he willfully destroyed, mutilated, concealed, removed, or altered a human body, part of a human body, or human remains with intent to impair its or their appearance. So it can really be quite a few of those. It is a little bit unclear in the legalese whether it is some of those or if it's either or, if it's either and, right? So if it's is it mutilated and concealed and removed, is it some and another, or is it this or that or that? I think it's kind of a combinations, any one of those or a combination of those, right? So that's the one charge that was added. The possession of a dangerous weapon, one's got to look in the context that he owned other dangerous weapons as well, which he used for hunting, right? I think he probably would have had knives. He would have had certain hunting weapons, shooting weapons. I don't know whether he had something like a bow and arrow. I know you get some hunters that do that. But it is interesting that this particular weapon has been highlighted, and one wonders whether it's relevant. I know in the Oscar Pistorius case, some of his charges against him related to the illegal possession of ammunition, which wasn't really pertinent to the case itself. I think some of that ammunition actually belonged to his father or something like that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is relevant, but it could be. So that is it for now. I think we'll all be looking at the Colorado Judicial Branch platform like hawks over the next couple of days as motions are filed and counter motions are filed, and we all wait with bated breath for the arrest affidavit. We still haven't seen that, and it might come out within the next 8 days or so. It might come out sooner, or it might come out then, or there might be a motion to postpone. We'll see. There certainly is, I think, an incentive. I think uppermost in Barry's mind is going to be what his daughters make of all of this. and trying to protect them and trying to make sure that they get the right impression from his perspective of what is going on. And so it's probably going to be a while before, not, I wouldn't say sooner than later, more likely later than sooner, that some of the information comes to light. But we're going to be watching that platform for more information. Thank you for listening. If you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, click on the light blue link or the light blue icon at the bottom right. Like, share, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time.